The Matthewsons' in-house interior design team is hard at it.
One man army, yeah? Have you noticed how doubts come? When you start painting, there's nobody here to help you.
So while Mick goes solo with the grey polyurethane, in Pickering, Derek's found something else to do.
I'm going to pick this bike up. I don't know what it's like. Apparently it's a very nice straight bike. It's locally owned and entered. I'm looking forward to getting there.
He's heading to West Yorkshire for a motorcycling legend, made in Stevenage.
Vincent Comet, rarity. From what I can see, less Comets around than all the variants of a 1000cc. The guys that bought Vincent's, they were normally older guys with enough money to go straight to the 1000cc class, rather than go for a little 500, which is like half a Vincent, really. They were regarded as a little bit boyish, you know? Even though they're 500cc and they're a powerful machine and they look lovely. The ballpark figure for a 500 Comet is 15,000. I think you find a Vincent still holds the standing quarter mile for a bike. Sought-after machine, but pretty expensive, of course. You know, I mean, things like Black Knights and Shadows and stuff like that, you're talking about 40, 50, 60,000 quid, you know, biggish money for a nice one. But we are struggling with heavy bikes. We've lost a lot of our old buyers. They've passed away, I'm afraid. And those that haven't are just a bit too old to sort of lug them about, and I don't blame them because I find it hard enough, you know, and I'm pretty fit. But I don't want to be pushing, you know, A10s and stuff like that about anymore. So, don't know what's going to happen to them. Probably the same as they always do. That sort of stuff winds up in museums, and they're like a museum piece just to look at and admire, but not use. Which is really sad, isn't it? But I suppose you could say every vehicle has its day. You know, we don't now run Stanley steamers, do we? And we don't run, you know, 1910 stuff because it's not practical. And I suppose you've got to realise that the 1950s and 60s motorbikes are now no longer wanted. I'm looking forward to getting it. It'll be an eyeful of machine, I bet.
Many a time I'll come out and go at garage just for an hour, and I'll sit and just look at it for an hour. And then go back in.
Near Pontefract, Robin Teal is preparing to say goodbye to an old friend.
I've been collecting all my life. All them boxes over there are full of pottery and all residue from when my wife shut the shops down. And all, most of the stuff for Glenn's motorbike stuff. All his life we've had bikes.
The main star of the show is him covered down here, isn't it? What is it?
That Vincent, that's beautiful. They decided to make them like a Rolls-Royce bike, and everything on it is the best. That one is a Comet. It's a 500 single cylinder, that one. I always found the twin cylinder too heavy. I couldn't get them stood back up after a corner, you know? They're too heavy. They're not easy to handle at 500. Right. Push. Again. You can see why I couldn't manage it, can't you? Oh, my bloody arms are killing me. I just can't handle it. I just can't do it with it, so... Otherwise, I would never part with it. If I'd have had my way when I bought that, I would have put it in the living room, just so I could look at it instead of watching telly. But wife won't let me. I hadn't had it all that long, really. I bought it not long before wife got poorly. I just saw it on the internet and I thought, I've got to have that, so I bought it. Well, I say, I've had them all before, 1000cc's and these 500s, and this is a 500, single cylinder. Look at all these things, all adjustments, do all by hand, look. You can turn that and get wheel out. And, oh, it's all proper engineering. There's nothing that looks a bit tinny. There's no tinny on it. Well, like I say, I've had them before, but this is the nicest condition-wise that I've had. You can always tell a Vincent with a seat. You could put that seat on any Starlet country and you'd know it was a Vincent. I got really disappointed when I couldn't manage it to get it out of garage. And I thought, yes, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to buy myself a nice old car. I paid 20 grand for it. I shouldn't imagine I'll get my money back, like, but I would think it'll return me a minimum of 15, I would think. I'm not bothered about that. I've had the pleasure of owning it, haven't I? I bet you'll see 500 English bikes before you'll see a Vincent. They're better than a beautiful woman, but that's only because I'm 80. I won't say that if I were 18.
Over in Pontefract, Derek's arrived for the Vincent Comet, and possibly more than he bargained for.
Nice to meet you, mate. Nice to meet you. What you got here then? What are you on with?
Oh, I'm just doing this old beezer.
Yeah, make a bike, wasn't it?
No, I just want tank finishing,
Yeah.
seat finishing, and then headlamp wants wiring, but I've got a new harness.
Right.
And what about these, Derek? Are these any good? See, that's all complete, with box and everything.
A little trike? It's a great little thing, isn't it? Yeah. Hey, one's leaving like that, really. Yeah, ain't exactly been worked to death, has it? Pedals have been used a bit, haven't they? But it'll go, mate, when it'll sell.
And as for the star of the show...
Big heavy bugger, aren't they? As we say, look as though it's doing 100 mile an hour stood still, doesn't it?
I've put that box on, battery box, so I can put a modern battery inside it. There's no battery on it.
No.
I would never have parted with it, Derek, but I can't kick it off. I can't hold it up.
No. Big heavy numb thing, isn't it?
I couldn't get my dressing gown on this morning.
I know, it's painful.
My arms are seized up.
Right, are we going to get her on then, mate? Who's here?
Eh?
Who's here? Anyone?
Us three.
Is there? OK. Right, I'll steady it. OK.
Is that wheeling it?
Yeah, I'll be all right, yep.
Go on then.
Yeah. OK there?
Yeah. It's on it.
Yeah, let's just get by. I think probably it'd be fair to say not too many people know about Vincent, do they?
No.
I don't actually remember ever so many lads having them. It's seen better days as the bike market, so I won't be 100% sure what it's going to do. Going to do somewhere between 10 and 15 grand. And the little bike, I'm not sure what make it is, but we'll soon find out. It could be one of them made in Barton-on-Humber, just over the bridge. Won't make a fortune, probably 80, 90 quid. Good to deal with you, mate.
My old Vincent gone.
There are vehicles here from every decade, all waiting to go under the hammer. And in amongst the crowd, a standout bike with a fearsome reputation.
Magnificent machine, isn't it?
You like it?
No. I appreciate it, but no, I don't like it. I don't like British bikes. Purely and simply, they're heavy, they're out of date and superseded by the Japanese stuff. So everything's on the wrong side, isn't it? As in, on for your feet, like, you know, brakes on the wrong side, gears are on the wrong side, because I grew up with Japanese stuff. The old chaps that can relate to these now can't get their leg over, they can't get them on and off the stand, they struggle to kick the bloody things, the bikes are too heavy and the old boys are too weak. And that, unfortunately, is why we're struggling with them, because guys my age have no desire to ride one. The brakes are poor, they're just hard work, they're a carry-on. Nah, we want to turn a key, press it. We got lazy, haven't we? We want to turn a key, press a button, boom, go. None of this dithering on, tickling it and setting this lever here, and if that goes there and you do that and you scratch that and then you just stroke it, bom, 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 bom. We just want to turn the key, hit the button, go. We've already gone, haven't we, before the old chap's even got this one off the stand, you know, because he has to start it on the stand because he can't hold it up. They've had the day. They're museum pieces and they're wonderful. I'm not knocking it. You know, they are wonderful, but it weighs the same as a Fiesta. But I appreciate the engineering in them. But is there a place for them on today's highway? Not really, is there? You're in the way, aren't you? And get out of the way. So, yeah, wonderful piece of British engineering. Fantastic. Let's leave it there, really.
'51 Vincent Comet, she's right, she's genuine, she's proper. Start me on it, whereabouts, 10 I've got, cheapest Comet in the world, 11,500, 12,250. Third and last time, 12,250. Provisional, needs to be more.
And so, next auction, the Comet is back.
Are you sure you're done? 12,500 only, I've got more on the sheet, 12,500, I can't do that. Come along and have a word with us.
Derek and Paul bang on the money. The Comet struggles to find a buyer and goes home to Robin, who looks pleased to have it back. But there's good news just around the corner for Robin.
64, thank you. Charles vintage tricycle. Now, I doubt you'll ever find anything more original. The side skirts on the front mudguard, exactly as it should do. Stop the little kids getting laces caught in the spokes and all the rest of it. Here it is. Don't come more original. Be a little bit uncomfortable. You know, you need perhaps a little bit of padding on the saddle, don't you, really? But 150, 200, 225, 225, 250, 260 pounds, 300 pounds, 310, third and last time, 310.